Ever feel like self-discipline is a mountain too high to climb? What if I told you that the ancient wisdom of Marcus Aurelius holds the explosive keys to mastering self-discipline effortlessly? Welcome to Stoic Wisdom, your go-to channel for unlocking the secrets of self-mastery through the timeless principles of Stoicism. In today's video, we're diving deep into 11 powerful Stoic principles that can transform your life and help you master self-discipline. Imagine having the inner strength to stay focused, motivated, and resilient no matter what challenges come your way. By the end of this video, you'll discover how to harness the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius to build unshakable self-discipline. But first, let's take a moment to understand why self-discipline is so crucial. The ancient Stoics believed that true freedom comes from within, and mastering self-discipline is the key to unlocking that inner freedom. Stay with us as we reveal these 11 explosive principles, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic Wisdom, for more insightful content. Let's embark on this journey together to master self-discipline and live a truly fulfilling life. All right, let's dive into the first principle. And number 1, never play the victim. One of the fundamental tenets of Stoicism is to never play the victim. This concept requires a profound understanding of personal responsibility and a commitment to self-mastery. Instead of adopting a victim mentality where one perceives themselves as a passive recipient of life's hardships, Stoicism encourages us to take control of our perceptions and reactions. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This empowerment is central to the Stoic belief that our happiness and peace of mind are more influenced by our internal state than by external events. The essence of this principle is not to deny the difficulties or injustices one might face, but to shift the focus from what happens to us to how we respond to it. Marcus Aurelius believed that every external event comes with a choice. How will we let this define us? By refusing to play the victim, we reject the notion that our emotional well-being is at the mercy of external circumstances. This realization is liberating and opens the door to greater personal growth and resilience. Practicing this principle begins with observing our habitual responses to challenging situations. Do we immediately seek external factors or others to blame? Do we waste energy complaining about the situation instead of addressing it? Changing these patterns is not about suppressing our feelings, but about understanding them more deeply and redirecting our energies more constructively. It involves acknowledging our pains and disappointments while also recognizing our capacity to move forward despite them. Moreover, this Stoic teaching encourages us to see every obstacle as an opportunity to practice virtue and strengthen our character. Seneca once remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." This perspective is fundamentally proactive and empowering. It transforms potential feelings of helplessness into moments of choice where we can assert our agency. Each challenge becomes a test of our commitment to our values and an opportunity to demonstrate fortitude, perseverance, and resilience, qualities that define the Stoic ideal. By never playing the victim, we embody the Stoic ideal of emotional independence. We cultivate an inner fortress of calm and equanimity from which we can engage with the world more fully and freely. This does not mean becoming emotionless or indifferent, but achieving a state where our happiness is not easily disrupted by the ups and downs of life. In this way, we live not at the whim of our circumstances, but in alignment with our deepest principles, regardless of what life throws our way. Relating this to modern life, consider how often we encounter situations where it's easy to blame others or external factors. Whether it's in our professional environment or personal relationships, adopting a Stoic approach means we focus on our reactions and take responsibility for our emotions. This shift in mindset can lead to more constructive and fulfilling interactions. For example, in the workplace, instead of complaining about a difficult project or colleague, we can choose to see these challenges as opportunities to develop problem-solving skills and patience. In personal relationships, rather than holding on to grievances and fostering resentment, we can work on understanding our reactions and communicating more effectively. This does not mean accepting mistreatment or ignoring injustices, but rather addressing them from a place of strength and clarity. By doing so, we foster healthier and more respectful relationships. In essence, embracing this Stoic principle helps us navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. It empowers us to take control of our destiny and build a life of resilience and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This timeless wisdom remains profoundly relevant, encouraging us to rise above adversity and live with dignity and purpose. Number 2, count on yourself. Relying on yourself is a cornerstone of mastering self-discipline, a lesson that Marcus Aurelius emphasized in his writings. When Aurelius spoke of self-discipline, he often returned to the theme of self-reliance. Count on yourself captures the essence of this Stoic principle, highlighting the importance of personal accountability and independence. It's crucial to understand that this isn't about isolating oneself or rejecting help from others. It's about acknowledging that the ultimate responsibility for our actions, reactions, and personal growth lies within us. In Stoicism, focusing on what is within our control is fundamental. Aurelius often reflected on the power of the self in facing life's challenges. By counting on ourselves, we access our inner resilience and strength. This principle encourages us to trust in our abilities to navigate life's uncertainties and adversities, fostering confidence not through arrogance, but through competence and a deep understanding of our capacities and virtues. In today's interconnected world, where opinions and advice are constantly available, the idea of self-reliance can be both liberating and daunting. Learning to listen to our inner voice amidst this noise is challenging. However, Stoicism teaches us to filter out distractions and trust our reasoned judgments. Aurelius believed that this internal guidance, rooted in reason and virtue, is the most reliable counsel we can have. By counting on ourselves, we also cultivate autonomy in our decision-making. This autonomy enables us to make choices aligned with our values and principles, rather than being swayed by external pressures or fleeting emotions. Maintaining personal integrity and living a life true to oneself hinges on this autonomy. So, how can we start to truly count on ourselves? Begin with small steps. Make commitments and keep them. Set personal goals and work towards them independently. And take time to reflect on your decisions and how they align with your core values. Over time, these practices will strengthen your self-discipline, making you more resilient and grounded in the face of life's challenges. Imagine you're at work, facing a tough project with tight deadlines. Everyone around you is offering advice, but you feel overwhelmed by the conflicting suggestions. Instead of getting lost in the noise, take a step back and trust your judgment. Remember a time when you successfully handled a similar situation. Draw on that experience and rely on your skills and knowledge to navigate this challenge. This approach not only builds your confidence, but also reinforces your ability to rely on yourself. Reflect on this. When was the last time you made a decision solely based on your inner judgment without being influenced by others? How did it feel? How can you cultivate more moments like that in your daily life? By focusing on self-reliance, you empower yourself to grow independently and make decisions that align with your true self. This practice builds a solid foundation for self-discipline and personal growth, allowing you to face life's challenges with confidence and integrity. Number 3, find your purpose. Finding your purpose is a crucial step in mastering self-discipline. But what does it really mean to find your purpose? It's about uncovering what truly matters to you, what drives you at your core, and aligning your daily actions with that deeper calling. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often wrote about living in agreement with nature, which in Stoic terms means understanding your role in the larger scheme of things and acting in harmony with your virtues. For Aurelius, purpose wasn't just a lofty ideal, but a practical compass that guided his every decision, from the mundane to the monumental. He believed that understanding one's purpose is what pushes you out of bed in the morning, ready to face the challenges of the day. It's what keeps you steadfast when temptations beckon you to stray. And it's not about grandiose achievements or external accolades, but about fulfilling the duties that life has laid out for you, performing each task with commitment and integrity. In a modern context, finding your purpose can often feel overwhelming. We live in a world saturated with choices and distractions that can lead us away from our true paths. Here is where Stoic wisdom is not just helpful, but essential. Stoicism teaches us to peel back the layers of superficial desires and fleeting emotions to reveal what is truly essential for our well-being and growth. It encourages us to ask ourselves, what is truly worth my time and energy? How can my actions today contribute to the greater good and to my personal development? As we explore how to apply this principle in our lives, think about what you are naturally drawn to, where you find deep satisfaction, or what challenges you are motivated to solve. These are clues to your purpose, and once identified, the Stoic practice of daily reflection becomes invaluable. By continuously aligning your actions with your purpose, by saying no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what does, you cultivate the self-discipline necessary to live a meaningful and impactful life. Let's take this insight from Marcus Aurelius and apply it daily. Ask yourself each morning, what am I meant to do today? And each evening, have I lived true to my purpose? Over time, this practice will not only build self-discipline, but also transform your life into a more purposeful and fulfilling journey. Famous quotes can be powerful reminders of this principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This quote underscores the importance of taking action aligned with your purpose instead of merely contemplating it. By acting with intention, you not only reinforce your self-discipline, but also embody the virtues you aspire to. Reflecting on your day-to-day actions in light of your purpose can be a transformative practice. Consider this. What activities make you lose track of time because you are so deeply engaged? What tasks, even if challenging, leave you with a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment? These moments are often indicators of alignment with your purpose. By paying attention to them, you can better understand what drives you and how you can structure your life around these driving forces. Moreover, engaging with your purpose requires honesty with yourself. Are there aspects of your daily routine that feel out of sync with your deeper values? What can you do to adjust them? Remember, self-discipline is not about rigidity, but about making conscious choices that reflect your highest ideals. As you cultivate this awareness, you begin to see the power in small, consistent actions. Every decision, no matter how minor, contributes to the overall tapestry of your life and your pursuit of purpose. Finally, let's connect this principle with a broader perspective. Think about the impact you want to have on the world. How can your unique skills and passions contribute to the greater good? By framing your purpose in this way, you not only find motivation but also a sense of responsibility and fulfillment that goes beyond personal gains. This Stoic approach to purpose and self-discipline helps you stay grounded and focused even amid life's inevitable challenges. So, take a moment today to reflect on your purpose. Ask yourself, what is truly important to me, and how can I live in accordance with my values? By doing so, you embrace the Stoic wisdom that has guided many before you and paved the way for a disciplined, purposeful, and fulfilling life. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to mastering self-discipline through the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Comment below with Stoic Master to affirm your commitment to these powerful principles. Don't go anywhere. There's still a wealth of knowledge we want to share with you in this video. Stay until the end to uncover the secrets that will transform your life with Stoic resilience and focus. Number 4. Practice voluntary hardship. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic philosophy, championed the practice of voluntary hardship, a concept that goes beyond merely making life difficult. It's about building resilience, preparing for life's unpredictabilities, and cultivating a profound appreciation for what we have. By choosing discomfort intentionally, we strengthen our mental fortitude, much like soldiers preparing for battle. When you voluntarily face hardships, you're essentially training your mind for the inevitable adversities of life. Imagine choosing to forego certain luxuries, endure physical challenges, or practice self-denial in small ways. The aim isn't to punish yourself, but to prepare your mind, so when life throws curveballs, you remain unshaken. Seneca aptly said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This practice of enduring discomfort isn't about seeking pain, but about building a mental and emotional buffer against life's unexpected turns. In a world that constantly pursues comfort, embracing discomfort might seem counterintuitive. However, it's precisely at the edges of our comfort zones that real growth happens. When we voluntarily step into less comfortable spaces, we not only test our limits, but also expand them. This practice transforms our perspective, making us see comfort as a luxury rather than a necessity. As Epictetus noted, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. By practicing voluntary hardship, we shift our mindset from dependency on comfort to resilience in its absence. Moreover, this practice cultivates a deeper sense of gratitude. It's easy to take everyday comforts for granted, but when we occasionally live without them, we begin to appreciate them more profoundly. Skipping a meal can make you more thankful for the food you usually have. Choosing to walk instead of drive can deepen your gratitude for mobility and health. Through these small acts, you realize how fortunate you are, fostering a sense of contentment. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." Voluntary hardship also fosters empathy and humility by connecting us with the realities many people face involuntarily. When we willingly experience discomfort, we develop a greater understanding and compassion for those who endure such hardships daily. This connection enriches our humanity and grounds us in the shared human experience. So how can you incorporate this practice into your life? Start small. The key lies in regularity and intention, not the scale of the hardship. Wake up an hour earlier than usual. Limit your use of technology for a day or choose the stairs over the elevator. Each small act of voluntary discomfort builds your mental resilience and self-discipline, aligning you with the Stoic virtue of inner strength. By embracing voluntary hardship, you don't just prepare for life's challenges, you also enrich your appreciation for life's blessings, enhance your empathy for others, and build a more resilient and disciplined mind. This practice is a powerful tool in the Stoic arsenal, ready to transform your life from the inside out, proving that true strength comes from within. Number 5. Show up every day. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, consistently emphasized the power of persistence. He taught that showing up every single day, not just in body, but also in spirit, was key to leading a disciplined life. This isn't about sporadic monumental efforts, but rather about the quiet, steady dedication to daily tasks that collectively forge a disciplined existence. For Aurelius, showing up every day was synonymous with the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature. To him, nature demanded that we not just exist, but actively participate in life, contributing through our actions, no matter how small or routine they might seem. Each day presented itself as a new arena, not for grand battles, but for proving one's commitment to their principles and duties. It's in the consistency, the everyday effort, where character is built and tested. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are many and motivations can be fleeting, the idea of showing up every day gains even more significance. It's easy to feel inspired one day and completely off track the next. Here, Stoicism teaches us the value of consistency. It's not the intensity but the regularity of our actions that cultivates true discipline. This doesn't mean that every day needs to be a masterpiece of productivity. Rather, it's about not letting a day slip by unnoticed or unutilized. Whether it's advancing in our career, improving our health, or deepening our relationships, progress in any area requires the simple, often overlooked commitment to show up every day. To make this idea more relatable, consider the story of a young professional named Alex. Alex struggled with maintaining focus and often felt overwhelmed by the demands of his job. He admired his more successful colleagues but couldn't seem to replicate their success. One day, inspired by Marcus Aurelius, he decided to adopt the practice of showing up every day. He committed to spending at least an hour each morning focusing solely on his most important tasks. Over time, Alex noticed that his productivity increased and his stress levels decreased. This simple yet powerful change transformed his career and his life. What was the secret to his newfound success? It wasn't a dramatic overhaul, but a steady daily commitment to show up and do the work. Moreover, showing up every day is deeply intertwined with the Stoic practice of mindfulness, being present in the now and doing today's work today, without the burdens of yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about focusing on the present, about doing the task at hand to the best of one's ability. This focus is what turns routine into ritual and effort into improvement. To cultivate this discipline, start small. Decide what showing up means for you. It could be as simple as writing a single paragraph of that book you've been meaning to write, doing a 5-minute workout, or spending 10 uninterrupted minutes with a loved one. The scale is not what transforms us. It's the act of showing up itself. Each day that you meet your commitment, you reinforce your willpower and build the resilience that defines Stoic philosophy. By adopting this daily practice, you embody the Stoic belief in personal responsibility and continuous self-improvement. You become a living testament to the idea that while we may not control the outcomes, we can control our efforts. In the consistent act of showing up, we find the discipline necessary to lead a purposeful and fulfilling life. What does showing up every day mean to you? How can you start implementing this powerful Stoic principle in your life? By committing to this practice, you'll find yourself on a path of personal growth and resilience, echoing the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius in your everyday actions. Number 6, practice delayed gratification. Marcus Aurelius championed this principle not just as a personal discipline, but as a pathway to greater freedom and satisfaction. In the Stoic view, mastering one's impulses by delaying gratification isn't about denying pleasure, but about achieving a higher form of fulfillment that is aligned with one's values and long-term goals. This approach to life, where you choose long-term benefits over immediate pleasure, can be profoundly transformative. Delayed gratification in the Stoic sense involves a strategic postponement of immediate desires to gain more significant and enduring rewards. It's about making choices that might not offer instant satisfaction, but lead to lasting well-being and personal growth. Think about it. In a world obsessed with instant everything, from fast food to instant messaging, the ability to wait, to hold off for something better, is a rare and valuable skill. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote encapsulates the essence of delayed gratification, recognizing that true power and freedom come from within, from our ability to control our impulses and make reasoned choices. For Stoics like Aurelius, the practice of delayed gratification was also about maintaining mastery over one's desires. He believed that being enslaved to fleeting pleasures could lead to a loss of freedom, in that one becomes captive to their whims and impulses. Instead, By exercising restraint and choosing our actions based on reason and foresight, we cultivate a life not just of temporary pleasures but of lasting tranquility and contentment. Imagine how different your life could be if you consistently chose what's best for your future self, rather than what's easiest in the moment. Implementing delayed gratification in everyday life can start with simple habits. It might mean saving money rather than spending it impulsively, choosing a healthy meal over fast food, or dedicating time to study or practice a skill instead of immediate leisure activities. Each of these choices reinforces the Stoic practice of prioritizing long-term benefits over short-term ease or pleasure. Have you ever paused before making a decision and asked yourself, will this choice bring me closer to my goals? This simple question can be a powerful tool in practicing delayed gratification. Moreover, the benefits of this practice are extensive. Research in psychology supports the Stoic view, linking delayed gratification to better outcomes in career, education, health, and personal relationships. People who can postpone immediate gratification are often better at handling stress, reaching their goals, and living healthier, more fulfilling lives. Consider the famous marshmallow experiment conducted by Walter Mischel, which found that children who could wait to receive a second marshmallow tended to have better life outcomes in various aspects. So, how can you apply this principle in your daily life? Start small, set clear goals, and remind yourself of the long-term rewards. Practice mindfulness to become more aware of your impulses and to strengthen your ability to wait. Reflect on Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. This advice encourages us to act with integrity and foresight, always considering the long-term impact of our actions. As you incorporate delayed gratification into your routine, you'll likely find that your sense of control and satisfaction grows. You'll start to see progress towards your goals, and the temporary discomfort of waiting will be outweighed by the joy of achieving something truly meaningful. What are some areas in your life where you can practice delayed gratification? How might the Stoic principle transform your approach to daily challenges and opportunities? By embracing this principle, you're not just improving your own life, you're also setting an example for others. In a culture that often values immediate rewards, your commitment to long-term fulfillment can inspire those around you to reflect on their own choices. As you practice delayed gratification, remember that each moment of restraint is a step towards greater freedom and satisfaction. If you've reached this point and are still engaged, kindly take a moment to pause and comment below with "I master myself." This simple act will indicate that you are committed to mastering self-discipline and embracing the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Now, let's continue on this journey together, applying these 11 Stoic principles to lead more balanced, fulfilling lives. Number 7. Practice dichotomy of control. This principle distinguishes between what is and isn't within our control, urging us to focus our energy solely on the former. This seemingly simple concept can profoundly transform our approach to life's challenges, reducing anxiety and fostering a deeper sense of peace and resilience. What exactly is within our control? According to Stoicism, it's primarily our own actions, reactions, and judgments. Our thoughts, our will, our responses. These are the arenas where we have agency. Everything external, be it the weather, the actions of others, or global events, lies outside our direct control. Marcus Aurelius consistently emphasized this point in his meditations, noting that becoming upset or disturbed by things outside our control is not just futile, but counterproductive to our well-being. Practicing the dichotomy of control starts with this realization. While we can influence external events, we cannot control them entirely. The Stoic learns to accept this fact, not passively but as a liberating truth. By focusing on our own actions and letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we can maintain our tranquility and effectiveness regardless of circumstances. This doesn't mean we become indifferent or detached from the world. Instead, we engage with it more constructively, channeling our efforts where they can actually make a difference. This mindset can be especially empowering in modern life, where the pressure to control everything often leads to stress and burnout. By distinguishing between what we can and cannot control, we free ourselves from the constant anxiety over external events and focus our energy on what truly matters. In daily life, applying the dichotomy of control means asking ourselves, is this within my control? Before reacting to any situation. If it's not, the Stoic practice is to let it go and move on. This is easier said than done, of course. It requires practice, mindfulness, and the occasional reminder to ourselves of what truly lies within our sphere of influence. This principle is not about surrendering to fate, but about empowering ourselves to act where we can make a difference and accepting where we cannot. It teaches us to direct our efforts towards self-improvement and personal growth, rather than futilely trying to change external circumstances. Moreover, this practice has practical implications for how we set goals and expect outcomes. While we strive to achieve our goals, tying our happiness or self-worth to the realization of outcomes determined by myriad external factors is setting ourselves up for frustration. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to find satisfaction in the pursuit itself, in our adherence to our values, and in the effort we put forth. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers did not promise a life without challenges. Instead, they offered a strategy for maintaining inner peace and dignity regardless of life's highs and lows. By focusing on what we can control, our efforts, our attitudes, and our responses, we cultivate a sense of inner strength and resilience that external circumstances cannot shake. When practicing this principle, we not only enhance our own lives, but can also influence those around us through our example of calmness and resilience in the face of life's inevitable uncertainties. In modern contexts, this could mean maintaining composure during a stressful work project, staying patient with loved ones during disagreements, or simply not allowing minor inconveniences to ruin our day. The dichotomy of control is a powerful tool for achieving a balanced and fulfilling life. As Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This approach to life helps us stay grounded and focused, enabling us to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and fortitude. By embracing this Stoic principle, we can cultivate a mindset that not only improves our personal well-being, but also inspires others to adopt a more serene and resilient approach to the challenges they face. Number 8. Honestly review your day. Honestly reviewing your day is not just about recounting the events, but involves a deep, reflective examination of your thoughts, actions, and responses throughout the day. It's about determining whether these behaviors aligned with your values and Stoic virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This introspective process is crucial because it serves as a feedback loop, helping you become more conscious of your actions and decisions. For Stoics, the purpose of this daily review isn't to dwell on mistakes or indulge in self-criticism, but to observe and adjust. It's about learning from each day's experiences and using that knowledge to continuously refine yourself. Marcus Aurelius used this technique to ensure he was not only performing his duties as an emperor, but also growing as a philosopher and human being. Incorporating this practice into modern life can be incredibly beneficial. It encourages us to end each day with a moment of quiet reflection. During this time, you can ask yourself several key questions. How did I respond to challenges today? Did I act according to my principles? What could I have done better? Were there moments where I lost control, and why? Reflecting on these questions helps you develop greater self-awareness and guides you in living a more deliberate and intentional life. Moreover, this practice can foster a sense of peace and completion at the end of each day. It allows you to address any lingering thoughts or stresses by confronting them directly rather than carrying them into the next day. This can be especially powerful in our fast-paced world, where it's easy to lose track of our deeper goals amid daily distractions and pressure. By honestly reviewing your day, you engage in a form of self-accountability that is gentle yet rigorous. It's about recognizing your strengths and acknowledging areas for improvement without judgment. Consider Sarah, a busy project manager who implemented this practice into her nightly routine. Each evening, she spends 10 minutes reflecting on her day, asking herself the same key questions. Over time, Sarah noticed that she was becoming more patient and understanding with her team. She started handling conflicts more gracefully and felt a greater sense of accomplishment at the end of each day. This simple practice transformed not only how she viewed her workdays, but also how she approached her personal growth. This Stoic habit builds resilience and wisdom as it teaches you to be both the student and teacher in your life's journey, constantly learning from your own experiences and striving to embody the virtues that define Stoicism. Over time, this practice can transform not only how you view your days, but also how you live your life, aligning more closely each day with the ideals you cherish. So, as you move forward, make it a habit to end each day with this reflective practice. Ask yourself, how did today go? What can I learn from it? How can I improve tomorrow? By doing this, you create a continuous cycle of growth and self-improvement. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but progress. Embrace this journey with patience and compassion for yourself, knowing that each day brings a new opportunity to live more wisely and intentionally. Number 9, find wise people to emulate. This idea stems from the belief that much of our personal growth and learning comes from observing and reflecting on the lives of those who have mastered the virtues we aspire to develop. Emulating wise individuals isn't about copying them, but about learning from their example to enhance our own character and judgment. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, often wrote about his admiration for the qualities of others, both past and present. He saw the emulation of these figures as a way to internalize their strengths and virtues. For him and other Stoics, wisdom wasn't just theoretical knowledge, but a practical guide to living well, which could be best understood through the actions of those who have applied these principles effectively. In the context of Stoicism, choosing whom to emulate is about recognizing those who embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These could be historical figures, contemporaries, or even characters from stories and literature who demonstrate qualities such as resilience, ethical integrity, and rational thinking. The key is to look for individuals whose lives provide a roadmap for facing challenges with grace and determination. Applying this principle today involves a thoughtful selection of role models whose values align with our aspirations. It's about more than just admiration. It's about critically observing how these individuals navigate their lives, make decisions, and handle adversity. This practice encourages us to ask ourselves, what about this person's approach or mindset can I incorporate into my own life to improve my conduct and choices? Moreover, emulating wise individuals helps bridge the gap between abstract philosophical concepts and everyday actions. It provides a concrete example of how Stoic principles can be lived out. This not only makes these ideals more accessible, but also more compelling, as we see the tangible impact of Stoic virtues in the lives of those we respect. In seeking out and emulating wise people, we're engaging in a dynamic form of learning and self-improvement. It's a proactive approach to personal development that reinforces our commitment to growth and excellence. By surrounding ourselves with the influence of virtuous individuals, we set a high standard for our own behavior and decisions, propelling ourselves toward becoming the wise individuals we seek to emulate. Consider the words of Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. This advice is timeless and underscores the importance of choosing our influences carefully. When we consciously decide to surround ourselves with individuals who exemplify the virtues we wish to cultivate, we create an environment conducive to our own growth. We start to reflect on their strengths and how we can integrate similar qualities into our daily lives. For instance, if we admire someone's patience and composure under pressure, we can strive to emulate these traits in our own stressful situations. This process involves active reflection and intentional practice, making the virtues we admire a part of our own character. Furthermore, this principle encourages us to engage in a deeper form of learning that goes beyond passive observation. It invites us to interact with the wisdom we encounter, asking questions like, "How would this person handle this situation?" Or, "What can I learn from their approach to this challenge?" These questions help us to internalize the lessons and apply them practically. This method of learning from others is not just about improving our external behavior, but also about transforming our inner mindset. It's about cultivating a perspective that values resilience, integrity, and rationality, allowing us to navigate life with greater wisdom and effectiveness. In conclusion, finding wise people to emulate is a powerful strategy for mastering self-discipline and personal growth. It connects us with living examples of Stoic principles, providing us with concrete models to guide our actions and decisions. By learning from the virtues of others, we enhance our own character and set ourselves on a path toward becoming the best version of ourselves. So, who are the wise individuals you look up to? And what can you learn from their lives to improve your own? Reflect on this, and take the first step toward embodying the virtues you admire. Thank you for being part of today's video on mastering self-discipline with 11 Stoic principles inspired by Marcus Aurelius. Before we proceed, I want to express my gratitude for your participation in our community. Feel free to share your thoughts or simply comment, "I am a newbie," if you're new, or "I am a Stoic," if you've been with us for a while. Your interaction is a great source of motivation for us. Let's continue this journey together, shall we? Number 10. Ignore naysayers. Ignoring naysayers goes beyond the simple act of dismissing negative feedback. It's about building a mental fortress that keeps you focused on your goals and true to your convictions, regardless of the doubts and skepticism you might encounter. For the Stoics, the approval or disapproval of others is beyond one's control, making it an unreliable source for personal validation or guidance. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasized the importance of concentrating solely on actions and opinions within one's control, asserting that genuine peace stems from within and remains unshaken by external judgments. This Stoic indifference isn't about disregarding others entirely, but about nurturing an internal locus of control that filters out unproductive noise and maintains alignment with our higher purposes and values. In today's hyper-connected world, where opinions abound and criticism can be relentless, the ability to ignore naysayers is indispensable. It requires distinguishing between constructive feedback, which can be valuable for personal growth, and baseless criticism, which should not deter you from your path. Stoicism teaches us to assess the source and intent of criticism. Is it informed? Is it well-meaning? Does it resonate with our core values? This discernment is crucial for maintaining focus and resilience. Practicing this principle entails developing a personal philosophy strong enough to withstand external pressures. It's about having confidence in your decisions and actions, not from arrogance, but from a profound understanding of your values and objectives. Marcus Aurelius exemplified this daily, not just as an emperor, but as a person seeking virtue in a complex world. Ignoring naysayers enhances our emotional resilience, making us less reactive to negative opinions and more committed to our long-term vision. In a culture obsessed with social validation, stepping outside this loop and staying true to oneself is both rare and powerful. Embracing the Stoic practice of ignoring naysayers protects our mental space and allows us to choose where to invest our emotional energy. It involves not letting external noise overshadow our internal dialogue, the conversations within ourselves that truly shape our lives. By focusing on what we can control and filtering out what we cannot, we can achieve a level of clarity and peace that empowers us to pursue our goals with unwavering determination. Remember, as Seneca wisely stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." By ignoring naysayers and staying true to our values, we cultivate a richness of spirit that no amount of external criticism can diminish. In the end, it's about choosing our battles wisely, conserving our energy for pursuits that align with our inner purpose, and finding strength in the power we hold over our own minds. And number 11, embrace impermanence. Embracing impermanence is a fundamental Stoic principle that teaches us to accept the transient nature of life. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fleetingness of existence, reminding himself that everything we experience is temporary. This awareness doesn't lead to nihilism, but to a deeper appreciation of the present moment and a more resilient attitude towards change. In the Stoic view, recognizing the impermanence of all things helps us to let go of attachments that cause suffering. It allows us to enjoy the good times fully, knowing they won't last forever, and to endure hardships with the understanding that they too will pass. This perspective fosters a balanced approach to life, where we neither cling too tightly to joy nor despair too deeply in sorrow. To embrace impermanence, start by observing the natural world. Seasons change, plants grow and wither, and life cycles continue. These patterns remind us that change is the only constant. By aligning our mindset with this natural order, we can develop a healthier relationship with the ups and downs of our own lives. In practical terms, embracing impermanence means accepting that circumstances, relationships, and even our emotions are subject to change. It encourages us to be present and to cherish the now. For instance, in your career, understanding that your current role or project is not permanent can motivate you to make the most of it, to learn, grow, and prepare for the next phase, whatever it may be. Reflect on this. How often do you find yourself longing for past moments or worrying about future uncertainties? How does this affect your present experience? By recognizing and accepting impermanence, you can shift your focus to the here and now, making your current actions more meaningful and less burdened by unnecessary anxieties. Marcus Aurelius advised, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This quote encapsulates the Stoic appreciation for each day as a gift, an opportunity to live fully and in alignment with our values, regardless of what may come tomorrow. Practicing this principle also involves letting go of our need for control. Many of our struggles stem from trying to control the uncontrollable. By embracing impermanence, we acknowledge our limitations and focus on what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and responses. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress, but also empowers us to live more authentically and purposefully. Consider how you can apply this Stoic wisdom in your daily life. When faced with a challenge, remind yourself that this too shall pass. When enjoying a pleasant moment, savor it fully without clinging. Over time, this practice will help you develop a more resilient and balanced approach to life's inevitable changes. In essence, embracing impermanence is about finding peace in the present and strength in the face of change. It is a reminder that while we cannot control the passage of time, we can choose how we navigate it. This Stoic principle encourages us to live with greater mindfulness, gratitude, and grace, making each moment count. And there you have it, 11 explosive Stoic principles from Marcus Aurelius that can help you master self-discipline. By applying these principles, you can build a foundation of inner strength and resilience. Remember, self-discipline is not about being rigid or harsh on yourself. It's about cultivating the inner fortitude to stay true to your values and goals, even when faced with challenges. We hope you found this video insightful and empowering. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends who might benefit from these timeless principles. At Stoic Wisdom, we're dedicated to bringing you practical tips and profound insights from the world of Stoicism. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Leave a comment below about which principle resonated most with you or how Stoicism has influenced your life. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. Together, let's continue to grow, learn, and become the best versions of ourselves. Stay tuned for more content on how to live a fulfilling and resilient life through the power of Stoicism. Until next time, stay calm and stay wise.